Hi Flosstube, my name is Callie and welcome to my channel. I wanted to start a Flosstube for quite a while, but life, work, just things in general just got in the way, took up my time. So today I was determined. I'm going to start my Flosstube. It's now or never. And so, hello, it's me, Callie. I wanted to introduce myself so you know a little bit about me and also get a feel for the kind of projects I do so you can decide, if you want to hang around or not. But one of the cool things one of the reasons why I wanted to start today, it's my birthday. So cool way to start, my first Flosstube video, Flosstube journey on my birthday. So I wanted to start off a little bit about me. I'm from North Texas. I live here with my husband, and I've lived here for about, I moved here at the end of 2020, so it's 2.5 years, and I love it. It's been great. I moved here from Arkansas, so it's not too far if I want to go visit family, but it's also been giving me a lot of different work opportunities since I'm a costume designer. I work with ballet companies, dance companies, and I love it. It's my dream job. So I've got my notes here on the table. So if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at, just to keep my thoughts straight. And so based on my notes, I'm going to talk a little bit about me, different projects I have going, as well as kind of my plans, and that'll be it. So once again, hello, I'm Callie, and I wanted to start a Flosstube for a couple of reasons. One, I'm just really bad at documenting physically my projects, and so I thought, well, maybe a video is the best way to work around that, because I would love to look back and see all the different projects I've made. And so yeah, all right, so since it's my birthday and it's my first time I get to do a birthday start, rabbit trail. So I have only been stitching for less than a year. I started in the summer of 2022. So I guess I could go into the story of how I started cross stitching. I've always been a crafter of many sorts, and when I was younger, I did actually attempt cross stitching, but it was a failed attempt. I had no idea what I was doing. I jumped headfirst into a project that I picked up, I think, from Hobby Lobby, so it was most likely a dimensions kit. All I remember really was that it was a horse, and that's pretty much it. I blocked most of it from my memory because I had such a bad experience. My mom wanted to help. She's like, can I show you a few things? But I was determined. I was like, no, I can do it. I've got it. And I started working on it, got a little ways into it, but I just got so frustrated. I just threw it away. I couldn't look at it anymore. So fast forward till last summer, I have been on the hunt for a new type of craft. I crochet, I knit, I do embroidery, I sew, as you can tell, in my sewing room. And I was like, I'm just really looking for something I could pick up, work on a little bit, put it away. And so I don't know, I just started looking around on YouTube, and I think a video popped up. I honestly cannot remember on the very first thing I saw, but I was like, you know what, cross stitching, that's interesting. Because up until this point, I really only thought of it as a grandma craft. I hadn't really seen any modern designs, and it just wasn't appealing to me. So I think it was Tiger Lily Designs, her video popped up, and I was like, oh my goodness, this could be so much fun. And her videos are so engaging, and I love how she makes cross stitch seem fun and modern. So I was like, I'm gonna give this a try. So I went on Etsy and I typed in cross stitch, which of course brings up hundreds, thousands of patterns, and I picked a small project. So I thought, I'm the type of person to jump headfirst in a really complicated project. So I thought, I'm gonna be easy on myself. I'm going to start small and we'll go from there and see if I even enjoy it, because you know, I can think I would like to do something, but once I get into it, I'm like, okay, no, this is not for me. But I would say I was instantly hooked. So yeah, from there, I've just been slowly learning, mainly from Flosstube. I've really enjoyed getting to watch other videos and see what projects they've been working on, get introduced to new patterns, new designers, as well as just the terminology and the lingo. And it makes me feel more confident as a stitcher. So, all that to say, I think that's all my cross-stitch journey, cross-stitch beginning story. So I will start with my birthday start, my first one. Very excited. So I was watching a video from, let's see, what was her name? From Spectrum Stitcher, and she pulled out this project and I was like, oh my goodness, I love this. It's so cool. It's called Elizabeth Squirrel. And I just love all the variety of colors and how it has little funky animals in there. And it's based off of a Victorian footstool, I think they said it was. So this feels modern, but yet vintage and historical, which are all things I love. And so I also, from that video, Spectrum Stitcher, she had recommended this fabric from Number 12 Stitch Co. And it's called Decrepit, and I've got the 32 count. And I liked it because, let's see, it's kind of washed out. It's a little bit more moody, but I appreciate how it'll give you the same feel as the background without actually having to fully stitch the whole thing, which I've done a full coverage piece, and this would be a lot of stitching. And, you know, it'd be fun to have sort of a interesting fabric to have this stitched on. And I've kitted it up in my own conversion into Cosmo floss, which I don't know if you can see. I really like how moody these colors are. They're a little bit deeper than the DMC conversion. And this will be my first time working with Cosmo floss. I've worked with, throughout all my projects, I've done DMC, Gentle Arts, Classic Colorworks, but I'm really excited to try out Cosmo. And I got all the floss and everything from 123 Stitch, and the funny thing is, after I had gone through, ordered all my floss, got it in, my local quilt shop I hadn't been to in a while, and they had gotten some new things in, and I walk in there and they have the whole collection of Cosmo floss. So I could have gotten it there, but the good thing is that I can, you know, if I'm running out of a color, which I don't think I will, but if I do, I can always run over there, which is only like 10 minutes for me, and I can grab the extra color I need, and I don't even have to wait. Although I shouldn't complain, because technically 123 Stitch is my LNS. They're about an hour from me, so it's really simple for me to place an in-store pickup order, and typically they have it ready in about a day, so I don't have to wait too long. Okay, now moving on to WIPs. I only have two, so it's a mini WIP parade, very small. And so I have a full coverage piece that I'm working on, and I got permission from the artist to be able to chart this and make it just for me. And I have this vision of having two of his works, one of Texas and then one of Arkansas, and they'll be full coverage, they'll be above our bed, and I think it'd just be really cool. So it's in the boring stage right now. This is all that I have going. It's just, I was working on just all the rows, and I was like, okay, I have no idea of where like the solid blue is going to end. So I just needed sort of a motivation, sort of a finish line before I start working in all the other colors. I'll put in a picture here of what it's going to look like, but what inspired me to do two of them was I found a pair, let me grab this here, found a pair of matching frames. I just think it would be so cool to have sort of the retro vintage inspired design in this type of frame, and it'll fit perfectly in inside here without any extra fabric showing. And I'm stitching this on a 28 count, I don't even know what it's called. It's from Hobby Lobby. So I didn't want to spend very much on it since it's going to be fully covered. And I'll also put in the picture of the Arkansas design as well, so you can get a feel of what they'll look side by side. I have no idea when I'm going to finish that. I've been working off and on. It's not very motivating to just do a solid blocks of color. Not very exciting. But I will get there and it will be very cool. Very excited. So the next one, the other one that I have going is by Modern Folk Embroidery, and I have it here in a fun bag, and it's from Handmade by Patchwork Paw Print on Etsy. It's the Real Comfort Sampler, Jane Austen. This is going to be for my sister-in-law. She loves reading classic literature, and Jane Austen is one of her favorites. And I really liked this design because it's modern, and I don't know, it just really seemed like her. So I've gotten pretty far on it. Let me pull it out here. I haven't ironed it, still working on it, but this is what, now I see why people need the boards, but I'll just hold it up on the bag here. So yeah, I'm very happy with the progress. I've got, let's see, 2 more houses down here on this side, and I don't think I'm gonna do the letters, like the sampler letter part at the bottom here. I think it would look really pretty just with this portion. And plus, for her style, I think it's just good to end it there. So almost there, almost done, and yeah, really happy with it. So the fabric I'm stitching it on is, I have my notes here on a little library card. I have it on 32 count fabric. I honestly can't remember what it's called, but it's like a, you know, a cooler golden color, and I'm stitching it with a Roxy Floss Co. and the color Chalkboard. In fact, I ordered all the floss and the pattern from, what's it called? Evertote. Ordered it from Evertote, and I don't know, it's just a really pretty color. I like how Chalkboard is, it's darker, it has a little variation, has some blue, it's not totally solid black, and I think it is really complemented on this more of a yellowy fabric. So that is all my WIPs. And let's see, what else do I have here? So my plans. Yes, my plans. So my plans are, I'm going to continue working on my birthday start. I'm also going to finalize what I'm going to be entering in the Texas State Fair this year. It's my favorite thing to do. I try every year to enter more pieces, or as many as that I can do. And so last year, which I could talk about this in a future video. In fact, I'm going to probably talk about it in my next video. But the first year I entered here in Texas, because I used to enter every year in Arkansas. The first year in Texas, I entered a couple pieces. Following year, I entered more. So this year, I'm really planning on just going all out, entering as many as I can in a variety of different categories. And some of that's cross stitch, some of it's embroidery. But anyway, I'll get into that in the next video. So my plans are to start working on some of the things that I have planned, and then I can show it to you. So I think that's all I have today. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'd be happy to answer them either in the comments or the next video. I'd also love just for you to comment where you're from, you know, trying to build my stitchy friends since I don't have any locally. So yeah, comment where you're from, how long you've been stitching. And oh, before I forget, I did want to mention some Flosstubers I've been watching. That's one thing I've enjoyed about watching other Flosstube videos, is getting to know who they're watching, and maybe it's somebody that I would like to subscribe and watch as well. So recently I've been watching the videos by Make Do Mender. I really love her projects. They're pretty much in line with my style and what I like to do, and she's just really calming and really interesting to watch what she makes. It's really cool. And of course, many people watch Brenda and the Cereal Starter. It's just so much fun to come in on Sunday, and if they posted a video, just to sit down, get my stitching out, and it's almost like, you know, hanging out with some friends. I also have enjoyed watching the Antique Needleworkers. They've been, they're just so much fun to watch. I love the interaction between Liz and Shelly, and it's really like, you know, once again, sitting down with some friends and seeing what they're up to. And finally, I've been watching every week Flosstube Fridays of Tiger Lily Designs, which in fact, that's where this pattern for this project keeper is from. I used her pattern, and I enjoy watching her videos. She's really fun and energetic, and she makes cross stitch really fun and engaging. So with that, thanks for sticking around if you made it this long. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.